I apologize in advance if nothing I'm about to say makes any sense. There's a bug in my face. Hello, I'm taking Austin to his first day of senior year. He's not excited. Are you excited?
I'm tired. I want to sleep.
Say something entertaining.
I don't know anyone. I mean, I know a couple of people in my classes, but like I don't really know a lot of people. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna probably see a bunch of people that I don't want to see, and that's okay because that's what high school is. That's my inspirational speech of the day.
Can I just get a grande ice green tea but in a venti cup? And then that's it.
Alright, $2.95, miss.
Thank you. I am in random parking lot. Actually, the lighting kind of sucks. I kind of want to move. I don't really know. I tried to find like an empty-ish parking lot, but I just want to say, oh my gosh, okay. So the Starbucks line, I just went to Starbucks. Basically, there's like two ways that you can get into the line. Like one, you come from like the front and then one's from the back. So I was like waiting longer than this other car, but I knew that literally nobody else was gonna let them in because that's just how people are. Like nobody lets people in. I just like let him go in front of me because I was like, all right, no one else is gonna let you in. I don't have anywhere to be. I just need to film a video this morning. Like I was in no rush, so I just let him go in front of me, and he paid for my drink because I let him in the line. Like I just think that's so nice, and I feel like it's a good reminder this lady's gonna stare at me. I'm in like a work parking lot. I just feel like that's a good reminder to like literally like the smallest acts of kindness can pay you back right away. Like this guy paid for my drink. I actually need to chug half of this because I was gonna put my Celsius in here. That's why I went, okay. I was gonna like mix it because I do need some caffeine. I'm honestly so jealous of Austin that he gets his actual senior year. This morning he was like, oh, I'm not excited. And I was like, don't take it for granted. If you're going into your senior year or even any year of high school, just enjoy it because I am so sad that I didn't get a lot of my senior year stuff, but it's over. We're moving past it. I just can't believe I'm done with high school. I don't think this is gonna work out very well. I'm having issues. Okay, anyways, welcome to today's video. Basically what I want to do is just give you guys all the advice that you need for high school from a high school graduate. I feel like I've definitely learned a lot in my high school experience. I made a Google form yesterday. I made my Twitch stream and people on my Instagram ask any questions that they had about high school. There is 400 responses, so I'm just gonna go through as many as I can and try to cover a lot of things. This is probably gonna be a very like disorganized video in general. I'm just gonna be talking. Grab a snack, grab a drink. I don't really know what else to say. Let's just start. One of the first questions that I see is, should I join clubs? I'm scared because that means I'm meeting a bunch of new people at once. So my freshman year, I was told to join a bunch of clubs because that's like how you meet a bunch of new people. I honestly hated every single club that I joined. I feel like it was fun for the first few meetings, and then you'd get to a point where you're like, dang, like I actually have a club meetings to go to today, when I'd rather just go hang out with my friends at lunch. I feel like they felt like a chore after a while, which is never what I wanted. My personal suggestion would be to join some to get some new friends, but like don't join an overwhelming amount. What's something you found out after high school that you wish you had known in high school? Nobody else's opinion on you matters. Everybody talks in high school, and at the end of the day, like you have to realize that like only you know yourself. Like you obviously know yourself better than these people who are saying things about you, so you really just can't let it bother you. If you really think about it, what does someone else's opinion on you even matter? Really think about it, because like you're like, oh shoot, that person doesn't like me, and you honestly just have to realize that nobody else's opinion on you matters. Literally only your opinion on yourself matters. As long as you like yourself, you don't have to worry about anyone else's opinion on you. And that's what I wish I would have realized in high school, because I was so worried about what people thought of me. I mean, honestly, I still worry about this sometimes, but I know that genuinely I'm a good person, and if people don't think the same, then that's on them. How do you make friends? I got so many questions about just friends in general, like how to make friends, how to deal with fake friends. We're just gonna have a whole friends category real quick. I think one thing to remember is that the friends that you go into high school with are not necessarily the ones that you're gonna leave high school with. Don't worry too much about losing your friends, because even if that happens, you'll find the right people. You just will. That's just how life works. The right people will fall into your life when they're supposed to. I literally promise you that. Finding friends really shouldn't be a forced thing, and the right people will just come into your life, and you guys will Someone said, do you recommend high school relationships? Here's the thing. I don't know how to say this without... I was never really in a high school relationship. I was in a relationship my senior year, but I was also doing online, and it was like a long distance relationship. It was also really toxic, but that's beside the point. That's beside the point. Moving on. I think that high school relationships are honestly a hit or miss, because I think a decent amount of high school relationships do last. I have friends that have been in relationships for literally almost the entirety of high school and they're still together. In that way, I support it, but also high school is a time where like you really learn how to be independent, and you learn, well, kind of. I feel like high school is just a time for you to really like grow as a person, and if you're relying on somebody else for all of high school, I feel like it makes it really hard to learn to focus on yourself and learn to have self-love and things like that, you know, because I'm not gonna call anybody out, but I'm just gonna make this a general statement. I know people that were in relationships for all of high school. Their relationship didn't work out, and then they didn't know what to do with themselves, because for the past whatever, like 3-4 years of their life, they were in a relationship, and then all of a sudden when you're not in a relationship anymore, you like don't remember how to act, I feel like, which is obviously, I feel like that's common for anybody who's just getting out of a relationship. But in a time where you're learning so many new things, and like how old are you when you go into high school? 14, 15, and then you're ending when you're like 17 or 18, like that is a big difference. I mean, I'm 18 now. I went into high school when I was what, 15? I don't know, 14, 15. 14-year-old me and 18-year-old me are so different, and I think if I was in a relationship for that entire time and then got out of a relationship, I wouldn't know how to like be myself, you know, because you're so reliant on another person. I think that's the best way that I can put it. Also, my eye is like itching so bad. To sum literally everything I just set up, don't force a relationship because it's not worth it that way in high school. Just focus on yourself. And if a relationship happens out of nowhere, then like I feel like that's different, but just don't try to force anything. Are AP classes worth the time? Listen, I feel like I'm the worst person to ask about this, but I took 0 AP classes. I took literally no AP classes, and I still got into the school that I wanted to go to. So I feel like it honestly just depends on what college you want to go to, on like how much knowledge you want to have before you go into college, I guess. But I mean, I got into a state school, which is what I wanted to go to anyways. But yeah, I can't really have a valid opinion on that because I didn't take any AP classes. What grade was your favorite? I think junior year. I think senior year 100% would have been my favorite if everything was normal. But junior year, I found literally like my best friends. I did a lot of fun stuff junior year, and I think I was just, I don't know, I was just happy. Someone said, should I wear a Minecraft shirt on the first day of school? Yes. How serious did you get bullied for having a YouTube channel? Should I tell my school about mine? I go to a small school, about 25 kids in my grade. Jeez, I had like 700 kids in my grade. But I wasn't like seriously bullied. Like people would like make fun of me sometimes, but it was never like serious. It was always just like kind of mocking me. Again, if you just don't let what people say get to you, then you're absolutely on top. All people are trying to get is a reaction out of you, so if you just don't care, then they're gonna stop saying things about you. It's that simple. The sun is starting to come up on my head. How to know if you have real friends. I'm trying my best to figure out how to explain this. Genuine friends are gonna be just there for you always. They're gonna give you genuine advice, always try to help you, and they're not always gonna agree with what you say. I feel like that's a really good thing. I'll just use myself as an example. Sometimes I wanna make bad decisions. Okay? And I have real friends who will ground me and be like, no, like you have to think about this, this, and this. So you want to have people that are gonna actually look out for you and make sure, you know, you're doing what's best for you. Just people who overall want you to succeed in life. I think I need to move. Okay. Problem solved. Okay, continuing. Advice about toxic friends. As scary as it is, literally just drop them. Like, I'm not even kidding. Even if you're scared to be like lonely, I promise you the right people are gonna fall into your life when they're supposed to. And even if you're alone for like a decent amount of time, that gives you so much time to just learn more about yourself. Sometimes being alone is the move. How do you become closer with the people you only see at school? I wish I knew the answer to this question also, because some of my favorite people that I've ever met, I don't talk to anymore because they were really only like school friends, you know? So I feel like I don't have a genuine answer for you, but just enjoy the time that you have with them, because I honestly, I miss my school friends sometimes. Like I had some of the, like, I don't think I've laughed harder in my life than I have with some people that I only saw in school. Like sometimes that's just how it should stay. Sometimes forcing too many friendships outside of school can cause like drama and things. Some friends are just meant to be school friends, and they're meant to be good memories to look back on. Is being popular or well-known important? Literally not at all. I don't know if I would consider myself popular, but I would consider myself well-known, obviously, because I had a YouTube channel. The whole popular kid thing is so dumb, because it's literally a stereotype that people in your school make up. How do you guys decide who's popular and who's not? I don't even know who I would consider actually I do. I think I just answered my own question. Like it just happens. How did you organize your homework, projects, and stuff? So my personal advice would be to not wait till the last minute to do your homework. If you have, like, say you have like a week to do a project, right? Get at least half of it done like at the very beginning of the week, and then you're not stressing about it like towards the end. I would say time management is so important. You have to think for your future self. Be like, all right, in 2 days, am I gonna be proud of myself for doing my work, or am I gonna be mad at myself for not doing my work? Is senior year worth the hype? I wouldn't know because I didn't get a senior year. I'll ask my brother in a year and I'll let you know. How do you stand out? I feel like I'll constantly be compared to other girls. This is honestly like a really hard thing to explain. Comparing yourself makes you overthink about things that are not even worth thinking about. Just because you're not what somebody wants doesn't mean that you're not enough. Does that make sense? Like just because somebody doesn't like you, that doesn't take away from your self-worth. Take olives, for example. I freaking hate olives. Olives are so nasty, but olives are also somebody's favorite food. Was that a good like comparison? I know a bunch of people that don't like me and treat me weird for literally no reason, but it also doesn't bother me too much because I know that I have a group of friends that really appreciate me and think that I'm really awesome. So I wish I could literally share like my thoughts with you guys. I wish I could just give you my brain, because I feel like I have a really good mindset and I know how to deal with certain things, and I just like don't know how to explain them well. I think to sum up pretty much everything, high school isn't as scary as it seems. I know a lot of you are going into your freshman year. Don't even be that worried about it. Like you'll get used to it in literally like 2 days. Like it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. Know your worth. Know when to cut off fake friends. Know that high school relationships most of the time are not worth it. Do what you want to do, act the way you want to act, and the right people will find you. Hopefully you learned something. I'm so sorry if I don't get my words out correctly. I feel like I have so many things that I want to explain and I just can't because I don't know how to. If you were to take away one thing from this video, if you're just still so confused, you're like, I don't know what you just talked about for the past 20 minutes, leave with this. Literally do not care about what anybody else thinks of you, because at the end of the day, you know yourself better than any of them. So like, why would you focus on someone's opinion that isn't even your own? Like, cause honestly, what does their opinion, like what effect does that have on you? Hopefully you learned something. I'm gonna stop talking. That's all I have to say. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, homies.